Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi my loves, it's Destin.Troyce and you're watching Troyce TV. So in today's video, I finally decided to get on here and talk about a very highly requested topic. And I wanted to get on here and talk about the fact that a lot of your favorite entertainers, musicians, singers, or whatever you want to call it, influencers, practice magic, sorcery, witchcraft, and all the crazy things that you can think about.
Performance makes you drop it low. You know, it's very trappy, but it's, how about, let's say it's very spooky. I'm casting a spell on the audience. And all of you.
I got it from theboneroom.com, and this is actually the skull of a 6-year-old girl who died from head trauma.
Oftentimes when you talk about the fact that a lot of people are doing ritualistic things and sacrificial things, like when a big celebrity decides to be a big celebrity, out of nowhere somebody close to them passes away and then they skyrocket in popularity, or the fact that you hear all those rumors of, people drinking, children's, fluid in order to elevate themselves in their career and to make their skin more youthful.
What are you pushing into the skin?
Well, you push in whatever the facialist would like to insert into your pores.
But what is it?
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person far, far away, and they somehow figured out how to extract.
It's foreskin from a Korean baby. That's what it is.
Okay.
Who comes up with this?
I don't think, it's not like I'm lying there with little pieces all over my face.
Who thinks of collecting it and having it for, we'll do something with this someday.
And why didn't we come up with that?
Right. We'd be rich.
And so we call it, I call it the penis facial, and I think when you see how good it is to your face, you too will run to your local facialist and say, give me the penis.
When you hear about these things, people oftentimes will think, oh, that's just crazy talk, and people like that are just insane. Those are just, conspiracy theories and rumors. But no, there's a lot of truth to a lot of these things. A lot of y'all don't realize that there's a lot of sorcery and magic being casted on you whenever you consume things on social media, like Instagram, YouTube, music videos, films, television shows, and even TikTok. People are constantly casting spells on you and you don't realize it. Sometimes if you have enough self-worth and enough self-awareness, it won't work or affect you. But then there's young people who don't have a sense of self-worth, don't know who they are, and they can be easily influenced by these spells and these magical things.
I don't know who told us you got to be a witch to be black. You are not more black by engaging in witchcraft that is still propagating a white supremacist lie that black people in Africa didn't know Jesus. I am angry that the powers that be in social media and in culture and in music and in Beyonce's music and in Kalani's music and in whatever the other, and in Santa, I'm angry that they are really trying to convince us that all spiritualism is the same. And we have digested this impurity and this, we want so bad not to be legalistic that we actually become profane. We want so bad to have all these freedoms that we are entertaining demons, and you wonder why you are depressed.
But we're not aware of things that happen unconsciously. There's a lot of times where there's subliminal messages in music, TV shows, and films that a lot of times you don't realize are being placed there to manipulate and trick your mindset. And if you want to learn more about this, I highly recommend y'all watch the film Josie and the Pussycat Dolls. It was a film that came out back in the early 2000s, and it basically showed how the music industry really does use magic and spiritual warfare to get in people's heads.
But how can you control the rock bands? What if they find out about the hidden messages in their music?
Ever wonder why so many rock stars die in plane crashes? Overdose on drugs? We've been doing this a long time. If they start to get too curious, our options are endless. Bankruptcy, shocking scandals, religious conversions. We've created a highly rated TV show just to explain what happens to these people.
Some of our favorite entertainers do it for positive reasons, and a lot of our favorite entertainers do it for negative reasons. And today I wanted to get on here and talk about all the crazy stuff as far as witchcraft and sorcery that's being done and practiced by a lot of your faves. For example, did y'all know that the founders of the shady organization Black Lives Matter are actually witches? Yes, they're witches, and a lot of the stuff they had us doing 4 years ago and many years was a lot for their spell work.
But it's a very important practice. Hashtags are for us are way more than a hashtag. It is literally almost resurrecting a spirit so they can work through us to get the work that we need to get done. Always, you know, in my tradition, you offer things that your loved one who passed away would want, you know, whether it's like honey or tobacco, things like that.
Oh, and it doesn't just end there. Did y'all also know that Vanessa Hudgens, yes, Vanessa Hudgens from High School Musical, she's also a witch and has admitted in the past numerous times that she is a witch with a lot of clairvoyant abilities that she's tapped into?
But I've always been like very much like an earth witch. I've always felt the most grounded in nature and something that has been a part of me. But like now connecting to like my ancestors and my angels and like just figuring out ways how to like ground myself like spiritually, I feel is just such an empowering thing.
Do you have anything else that you want to tell me? And I just hear, shh, nope. And I was like, okay, cool, well, thank you. You have to like tell them to stay because you don't want spirits to follow you?
Or do you?
No.
Witches, whom are typically women, are defined as spiritual beings, or in most cases, low energy deviants who oftentimes use their intuition, born abilities, potions, crystals, herbs, and their mindsets to harm or elevate others or themselves. Witches are known to use the world elements and resources to channel their energy, such as fire, water, air, and most notably, the moon.
So you're supposed to like look into it and manifest. You're supposed to go, ah!
Witches are typically born into the lifestyle through a passed down tradition, or in some cases, seek it for guidance and protection and are usually seeking it for their own personal gain and for themselves. The Western media has spread an influx of information advising people who do practice the word of God to steer clear of any such practices, because oftentimes it's seen as something that usually comes with a catch and it usually leads to no good in a lot of people's eyes. Now, I'm gonna keep it real. It may seem like a bigger agenda, but witchcraft and anything involving voodoo or magic is not a bad thing. Everything involving magic or occult work is tied to so many people's personal beliefs and religion. Yes, I said it. Voodoo, Santeria, and magic and witchcraft is a religion. And just because somebody's religion is something different from yours, that doesn't mean it's always bad. But honestly, let's get to the point. Today we are here to discuss all your faves whom you didn't know dabbled in a little bit of witchcraft and dabbled in a little bit of magic and sorcery to get to where they are today. Now, without a doubt, Beyonce is one of the greatest entertainers of our time. Now, Beyonce has been burned at the stake for decades for her questionable symbolism in her music videos, photo shoots, and her attire. But let's start from the beginning and let me show you how the rumors actually started with that. People first began accusing Beyonce of witchcraft and satanic worship when videos started going viral on YouTube back in the early days of YouTube. In the early days of YouTube, Beyonce's critically acclaimed music video, Single Ladies, broke the internet and did pretty well back then, but there were some subliminal messages that people think that they heard while they played the music video backwards. Now, who in their right mind thought to play Beyonce's music video backwards? Honestly, the Lord will never know. That's literally what she says if you pay close attention within 1 minute of the music video played backwards. But again, social media was a different time back then, so there's a possibility that a lot of us could be reaching considering this was many years ago, and it could just be random. But again, like I said, there are subliminal messages in a lot of these music videos that a lot of y'all listen to. Fast forward to now, Beyonce is abnormally worshipped, not just for her artistry and her craft, but she's worshipped in a way where it's kind of odd. It was even to a point where recently a Bay Area church even worshipped her and even made her a part of their testimony in their Catholic church.
It really began as us saying, how can we actually be the people of God that we hope to be in the world?
And Beyonce is the perfect passage to get that message out there.
Honestly, I think Beyonce is a better theologian than many of the pastors and priests in our church today.
Beyonce has even had some awkward stage moments that even had people giving her the side eye. Like, for example, some of her performances where she's literally dancing casually and then out of nowhere you just see an odd face or odd look.
Did you see it? Now watch it again in slow motion. What was that?
It also doesn't help that Beyonce one time stated that she has felt something possess her while she's performing.
My hands up, and it was kind of the first time I felt something else come into me, and I knew that was gonna be my coming out night for the BET Awards.
But again, those are just speculations that have existed for years and years and years. Let's talk about people in her camp that have actually spoken out against her for doing witchcraft.
I put this person on a pedestal. I love them. I send emails, publicly, happy birthday and all this stuff. And the entire time, this person was casting spells and manipulating me and controlling my job situations, my relationships.
Beyonce's former drummer, Kimberly Thompson, parted ways with Beyonce and accused the star of being a witch, making bizarre accusations in a court document that was obtained by The Blast. The claims made by Beyonce's drummer of 7 years alluded that Beyonce has been practicing extreme witchcraft and magic spells of sexual molestation. Her former drummer Kim also claimed that Beyonce allegedly even had her cat acting weird and irrational to the point where her cat was literally attacking her and reaching its palm towards her and acting very weird.
Just any money that was ever coming to me has been stolen and manipulated by this person. And it's all just a very wicked tactic to just keep me down and keep me under some type of control. So I've been being followed this entire time. I'm dealing with a group of people, her specifically, they practice this. I don't know jack shit about witchcraft, and I'm even embarrassed that I have worked with them because it's literally shattered everything that I've tried to build after doing that work in my life. So if I have always said when I was a kid, I never would want to regret anything, but this I regret.
Her allegations include Beyonce being the reason she has black birds following her, Beyonce being the reason why her kitten passed away out of nowhere and started attacking and clawing her. She also even stated that Beyonce is the reason why her finances got seized and she can't even get access to her bank account. She claims that this has been going on since 2006 and that she's fed up with it. Unfortunately, after these allegations and her restraining order was denied, we haven't heard from her since.
Just all kinds of things. It will be a year that I got the cat and the cat died, like today. Beautiful kitten. She's 3 months old. She was abused and, I went and picked her up. She was beautiful. And we had a good time for a moment. And then like a lot of weird stuff started happening. And then so I decided to take it back, and I took it back. And the cat started doing weird magical stuff and gnarly that I ended up calling 2 psychics. And I said, well, what about this person, that we are discussing at this time? They're like, yes, this person put the spell on the cat and you need to get rid of it.
And honestly, after hearing all this shit, she definitely did something to Beyonce if what she's saying is the truth. Because anyone that can do that would only do it if they know you did something wrong. Per usual, Beyonce's team never responded, and the Beehive labeled Kim as just some crazy person who's a clout chaser and might even be on drugs. And ever since the summer of 2018, a lot of us have never heard from or seen that girl ever again. Let's also not forget Beyonce's hit single, Black Parade, where she specifically said she's in contact with her ancestors and her connections to the Orishas, more specifically Oshun. Oshun is commonly called the river Orisha or goddess in the Yoruba religion, started in West Africa and is typically associated with water, purity, fertility, love, and sensuality. She's also considered one of the most powerful of all Orishas, and like other gods, she possesses human attributes such as vanity and spite. As you can see, during Beyonce's Lemonade era, you can see her embodying and mimicking the style of Oshun with a gold outfit and a gold crown. If you listen closely to the lyrics of her song Black Parade, she makes it evidently clear that she does dabble in sorcery. She made it clear that there are a lot of spiritual attacks and a lot of forces against her, and no matter what anyone does, no matter what missiles they throw, she will send her ancestors after them, and how she's protected by Orisha goddesses Oshun and Yemaya. After referencing Oshun, she then says, I charge my crystals in a full moon. Following that with, you can send the missiles, I'm gonna send my goons, baby sister repping Yemaya. Now, notice how she referenced Yemaya, representing Solange. Now, Solange also celebrates and worships Yemaya because, if you didn't know, Yemaya is oftentimes depicted as a mermaid in a lot of African religions. She's basically the queen of the sea, and she oftentimes represents the protected Africans who were thrown into the sea, and oftentimes being represented as someone who led a lot of Africans to safety. But what's odd is she referenced how Solange worships Yemaya, and Solange even confirmed it because Solange even put up a post on her Instagram that says that she's a child of Yemaya. Then saying, trust me, they're going to need an army, rubber bullets bouncing off of me, making it clear she's spiritually protected. And oftentimes when you follow and are worshipping Oshun or Yemaya or other Orishas, it usually has lots to do with, magic, voodoo, a lot of things such as Santeria, a lot of other Yoruba religions like Komdalon, and a lot of other religions that are oftentimes practiced amongst Africans or people in the Caribbean or in Latin America. So a lot of times your children are hearing these songs and they're repeating these words and you don't even really realize it because, hell, it's Beyonce, who cares, If y'all gonna have this energy for Doja Cat being low vibrational, we might as well have this same energy for Beyonce, right? Beyonce doesn't hide the fact that she literally celebrates and worships more than one god. She makes it clear. It just means that she dabbles in deities and she prays to them and she gives them offerings, whether it be money, rice, oranges, citrus fruits, water, prayer, and much more. Listen to Beyonce peacefully, but definitely listen to Beyonce with caution if you're against this. Then we can't forget about y'all favorite it girl, SZA. Now, SZA is probably a witch, in my personal opinion. Grammy Award-winning singer, songwriter, SZA is the new it girl for R&B and pop music, and she has the whole world in a chokehold with her voice and her impact. But what if I told you that a massive amount of her success could be linked to her worship to other entities? Just like Beyonce, SZA has been accused of practicing witchcraft as a religion and magic by her fans ever since she dropped her sophomore album, SOS. And the rumors started when fans heard her single, Open Arms, and towards the end, you can hear a chant referencing Oshun. Now, the chant at the end, for a lot of y'all who are curious what that is sampling the Cuban singer Lázaro, who was a very popular Cuban, Afro-Cuban entertainer and artist. And he also famously worshipped the Orisha. Now, just like how Beyonce serves Oshun, a popular Orisha that's tied to voodoo, Santeria, or a lot of sorcery, SZA also serves and worships Oshun as well. Not to mention in her music video, Hit Different, there's a particular scene where she is completely dressed in what appears to be blood. And that alone had a lot of her religious fans in an uproar.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but SZA's a witch. I hope you guys know that she's a witch, right? A full-blown witch. You guys want to hit me up and be like, oh my gosh, Doja Cat. Doja Cat is so deep in the satanic. This woman is so... And it's SZA did that same bloody... Do you guys remember in Hit Different? I remember watching it. This is before even I was in Christ like that. I remember watching the video and being when it would cut into scenes when she was in that barn and she was covered in blood from here down, and it was so odd. Even if you don't even know Christ, that joint is really satanic and odd. I was what? Yeah, she's a full-blown witch. And
SZA exposed herself as a witch. Popular hip-hop and R&B artist SZA proves spiritual warfare is real. In her music video Hit Different, she performed a whole ritual in blood, where she participates in Orisha worship, which is part of Nigerian Ifa. And in her song Open Arms with Travis Scott, you hear the drums in the background. And here she is with her spiritual advisor.
I remember when I first told you,
witchcraft. Worshipping other gods and doing rituals to honor them, opening yourself up to receive power, is a form of witchcraft. And many artists are leading their listeners to hell with them. But you don't have to go with them. Cry out to Jesus and he will save you.
SZA has only been known to be a Muslim who practices Islam because that's the culture that SZA was born into. And she frequently stood on that.
Right. And it's the belief in one God and, all of the pillars of Islam, etc.
But obviously things could have changed and made a switch, and her serving these spirits could play a role in some of the symbolism and references we've seen in recent years. Singers like Kalani have also been accused of practicing witchcraft and sorcery after she has made it clear to fans that she has tapped in with her ancestors, and even made it clear during one of her live performances that a lot of people find kind of awkward that others around them should be aware of their ancestors as well and how she's tapped in with them.
Shout out to everyone in here, committed to their spirituality, committed to their growth, committing to serving those who came before them and honoring them in every single thing that they do. So I'm going to dedicate this to not the people in here, but the people above all of you that are here surrounding you, the people behind me that you can't see that are right here, my whole army that's standing right in this spotlight with me. And remember that when we honor them with this song, it's in joy, it's in happiness, it's in light, and it's in strength.
I think it's also very important to note that Kehlani doesn't hide this. She makes it very clear in her music, and she even made it clear that she subscribes to an Afro-Cuban religion where she worships and celebrates other entities because she doesn't subscribe to a Western religion. She made it clear that she went down this route because she found out that she was in a lot of danger, and that's why she went this route.
In a very serious time in my religion. I'm in an Afro-Cuban religion called La Regla de Ocha. It is derivative of the Yoruba people in West Africa. Okay. And it was brought to Cuba, kind of like the birth child of the West African religion and Catholicism.
How did you find that?
It found me.
Okay.
When you enter it, you have a conversation with somebody and they explain that the belief is that it's for everyone and every single person, you know, on this planet is derivative of one of the energies that we work with. I ended up coming to somewhere and coming to some amazing elders who actually revealed to me that I was on a really short path to losing everything I worked for or being sick or dying young or things like that. And I quickly got myself together and now I'm a whole nother person.
And many people were very upset at her.
They think they're praying to the saints. They're actually praying to an African god. So notice where she said this.
I ended up coming to somewhere and coming to some amazing elders who revealed to me that I was on a really short path to losing everything I worked for or being sick or dying young or things like that.
And this is one of the traps that they use to get you. They scare you with your own death. And in doing so, they trick you into worshiping them and building an altar to them. And it seems to me that this is exactly what they're doing to Kehlani. They tricked her into thinking that she was going to have some bad things happen to her if she didn't participate in what it is they wanted her to participate in. Now, if you're a believer in Christ, demons cannot possess you, but you can invite them into your life. And they trick you into inviting them. And this is one of the ways that they trick.
Kehlani also shared herself on Instagram going to an altar where she gave offerings such as flowers, and she even gave the goddesses that she worships a cake that literally says Oshun on it. Now we all know an altar is a house of worship. Kehlani also shared a lengthy caption saying that she has been involved with Oshun for 2 years, which had a lot of fans who are a little bit religious side-eyeing her.
This is Kehlani on Logan Paul's show talking about her religion, which is really witchcraft, and she makes some other points too.
Monotheistic, so there is God. It's all the same, honestly. Let's be for real. God was never about what the man-made version of it is. Shout out the Bible. There's some really cool stories in there, but like the book isn't even correct. People have taken it and monetized it. It's like a business. Christ is tight. Christians be sucking sometimes.
That's what I said.
So first off, the Bible is historically and archaeologically proven as accurate and truthful. Number two, we don't serve a man-made God. We serve the God that created all of humanity. Her religion, even said here, is Santeria. That is witchcraft. These people are talking to spirits, divination, sorcery, witchcraft spirits, and you need deliverance from demons.
To be honest, I understood where she was coming from because we have seen time and time again of false prophets monetizing Western religion to line their own fucking pockets. And they seem to always try to advance themselves, drive these nice fancy cars, and they always seem to do really well even though they run a church. So I understand where she's coming from. Then we can't forget about the beautiful, talented, wildly successful Miss Erykah Badu. Now, I know a lot of y'all love Erykah Badu, and for those of y'all who actually listen to her music, it's pretty obvious. And just the way she looks, it's very obvious that she might dibble and dabble in a little bit of Reiki and spiritual cleansing. But Erykah Badu isn't really just a hippie like a lot of us think she is. She's much deeper than that. Erykah Badu is pretty powerful, and she makes it very known that she's not the one to fuck with. Erykah, in all of her 26 years in the industry, has never admitted to dabbling in sorcery until she recently did a group voice call with her fans, and she casually admitted that she was a witch.
I'm not psychic. I'm a witch.
Yeah, you need to relay that message.
So I don't know that.
So she need to watch her mouth when she be speaking on the Queen of Rap, and I'm not even playing.
Who's the Queen of Rap again?
Bitch, you know who, I mean, my bad.
Following that, a wild rumor was started by the former singer, songwriter, and conspiracy theorist Miss Jaguar Wright, who is known for outing industry giants that she used to work with and spreading awareness about the evils of the entertainment industry and Hollywood. Overall, Jaguar Wright is fucking crazy, and a lot of times she do be saying some real shit, and a lot of times she does expose a lot of intense things in the industry, and then a lot of times I do kind of side-eye her.
All of these women are out here buying into all of the shit that all of these bitches are saying that's being written by a dude. This is a dude's perspective on how a woman should be talking, and then the other women listen to her and be like, ooh, that's how she talking, that's how I'm talking, girl.
Now, Jaguar Wright went on a streamer's YouTube channel and she alluded that the public should be very cognizant of people like Erykah Badu because she is oftentimes used as a doula. Now, a doula is somebody who usually provides emotional support. They usually help deliver babies, and usually doulas are seen as, peacemakers, and they usually help women with home births.
Summer Walker has been being handled for years. He was a part of her management team. They allowed all kinds of shit, and then they sent her down there to fucking Erykah Badu's house to be cast spells on shit, singing about graves and shit. Letting that woman give birth her babies and keep all of that placenta.
Oh, she kept the placenta?
That's what she does. Ain't nobody ever thought, ain't nobody ever asked what she does with all them umbilical cords and all of that placenta from birthing Tiana Taylor's babies. Oh, Illuminati babies. Summer Walker's babies. Illuminati babies.
Now, at first glance, most of us will wonder, why are they asking the singer, the Grammy Award singing singer, songwriter Erykah Badu to help deliver their baby? Why Erykah Badu? Why not somebody else? The truth is, Erykah Badu also recently helped Summer Walker deliver her baby, and Erykah Badu and Summer Walker are also very close. But of course, Erykah Badu usually helps women deliver babies for more spiritual reasons. It's much deeper than the fact or the conspiracy theories of her trying to have some type of, spiritual upper hand with this. She is literally a certified doula, and she literally does all this stuff for a living. She delivered tons of babies for a lot of people, and that's just something that Erykah Badu does in her free time.
Well, the International Center for Traditional Childbirth mission is to aid mothers in education about pregnancy, post and prenatal, to prevent infant mortality, and to encourage breastfeeding and proper care for the child, for minority women.
And again, not all witches are bad, not all witches are evil. Then we have Azealia Banks, but I'm pretty sure y'all already knew though.
Because I love bones. I respect the afterlife. I think that the bone is where the energy holds for the person.
Azealia Banks, who we all famously know for having a bad attitude, but having a very, very excellent voice and great musical ear and talent, famously showed roughly almost 8 years ago behind the scenes footage of her demolishing chickens in her closet as an offering to the spirits.
It's AB. I'm in the witch cave right now. I just wanted to come here to you in the witch cave today, because I've been talking a lot of shit today, and just wanted to give you guys a real peek at what it's about. And what it's about and what it is. And, this is specifically for black people. I hope you guys are online, especially my black girls. I hope you're online watching right now. I'm here in the witch cave with Chola Wenge Chola.
Azealia Banks has been very open about her religion, and Azealia Banks has been very open about her powers. And yes, Azealia Banks does self-identify as a witch.
I went to this strip club in Queens and I auditioned, and my stripper name was Bambi. I only lasted 2 weeks, and it's funny, I was stripping for 2 weeks and then 2 and 2 popped off, and then I was like,
Thank God.
Thank God. I was like, okay, no. The gods are watching me. They're watching me because they saw me going down into a dark world. Mm-hmm. And then right before I got to the gate of hell, they were like, zoop, come on, get on a plane, come to Paris. Perform your new hit single.
You've tweeted sometimes about witchcraft, very cryptically. Do you practice magic? What are your favorite spells?
The egg spell.
The egg spell?
You cleanse yourself with an egg, right? Pass the egg all over yourself, praying for all of your negativity to go away into the egg, right? But usually you do it when somebody's fucking with you to get what the person is doing off of you. You crack it in the crossroad and you walk away and you don't look back. That shit works.
When did that start?
My mother practiced what you would call like a spiritismo, like white table magic. Prayers for the ancestors and prayers to saints and cleansing and praying for protection and all type of shit like that, you know? You know, my mother used to be doing like all kind of like, you know, candles and crazy shit.
But a lot of people always dismiss what Azealia Banks had to say because, again, Azealia Banks just always comes across as insane, annoying, and irritating. So people never really pay much attention to the things that she really had to say sometimes. Azealia has not only admitted to being a witch, but she has also admitted that she's protected by other entities, even to the point where she used the passing of Jackie O, also known as a Wild 'N Out girl and also known as DC Young Fly's girlfriend of almost 10 years, as an example of how she's divinely protected. Because as we all know, Azealia Banks and DC Young Fly, they bumped heads on the set of Wild 'N Out. He called her ugly, he mocked her, he made fun of her teeth, called her raggedy, and so much more. She ended up crying, running off stage, and then she went on Twitter and Instagram going on crazy rants, saying the most foul things because she was really upset and felt like she was set up on Wild 'N Out. We all remember that. It was a bad situation for Azealia, but a lot of us back at home are laughing. Now, Azealia Banks, when she found out Jackie O died, made a lot of very interesting claims, saying how she finds it ironic how Jackie O ended up dying around the same age that she is and literally dying on her birthday. And she even found that an odd coincidence. Azealia even alluded that the disrespect she endured probably has a lot to do with DC's loss. Doesn't sound too far off. I am not really big on coincidences, and I kind of see where she might be coming from. But that is some deep, dark shit. Azealia is also open about her beliefs in connection to Santeria because most of her beliefs were passed down to her by her mother.
It's a real lifestyle, and it's a real way of being. And I think that now in today's age, there's no reason to hide any of that. The reason for, I guess, Black people's global inadequacy is because we are not related under our true gods. And truly, honestly believe that the sooner we get in touch with our original powers is the sooner the tables will start to turn, you know?
A lot of y'all may look at her like she's crazy and disgusting and disturbing from all the clips I showed. You'd be surprised how many of your favorite celebs, Instagram models, male models, entertainers, beauty gurus, hell, maybe your Uber drivers or post office workers who do this kind of stuff behind the scenes. You'd be really surprised. It's a lot more common than you think. Honestly, when it comes to these kind of sorceries, magic, and all these things and all these religions, it's all truly the same thing. Because if we're being honest, it's all really meant to divide us. Before you refer it to as something that's evil and vain and stay away from it and satanic and it's demonic, please do yourself a favor and do a quick Google search because many of these practices have been demonized by Western media as a means to brainwash society into dividing one another. Because let's be honest, like I said, before we had modern day Christianity, Islam, and all these other religions like Catholicism, everybody had their own religions. A lot of different tribes and cultures and ethnic groups and people who came from different type of tones and different tribes and connections and families had their own religions. And it really just does the same thing over and over. History constantly repeats itself. Take it as someone who doesn't even subscribe to any religion at all, that a lot of times these religions are just meant to divide us. And everybody thinks that their religion and their practices are more superior than other people. Everybody thinks they have the best religion, and it's just history constantly repeating itself. It's just humans trying to find a reason to feel different and feel better than other humans. And it just is what it is. Honestly, the best values you can literally carry is just have good intentions and try your best to be a decent person and use your moral compass. I know we're all not perfect and sometimes we might make mistakes and we might be assholes sometimes, but just do your best to just be a decent person. That's just the best you can truly do. But make sure you're very cautious about the kind of media you consume because your favorite entertainers, half the music that they make, they wouldn't even play for their kids because they know what it is. They know how low energy it is. It's all a setup. There's sorcery, magic, incantations, and spells being spoken over your life all the time, and you don't even realize it when you watch certain content. You don't realize that somebody might have just put a spell on you. You also got to be very careful the kind of people you meet and the way they talk to you, because sometimes you might meet somebody and they may say something like, "Oh wow, you got a new car, girl? That's crazy. I hope your car doesn't da da da." be careful, because sometimes people are casting spells on your life and they might not know how they're doing it, but they know they can do it. It's pretty clear that our favorite entertainers have used these kind of sorceries to push the needle and make their lives easier, and also to collect dollars for their own greed. And we always see how these people end up. A lot of times you see all these horrid things going on social media where a lot of it is real and very true about what the world is. The world is a very dangerous and scary place. But a lot of times, some of the things we see and consume is just meant to manifest negativity over our own lives. So be careful the kind of stuff you consume, because like the lady said in that video, entertainment, be careful what enters your body. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Give your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys thought. Tell me if you guys think I should do a part 2, because again, there's so many more that I could literally include. So many more. But again, I didn't want this video to be too long. But like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Leave your thoughts down below. Join my Patreon. Follow me on Instagram. And yeah, that's that. Choice out this bitch. Remember those walls I built? Well, baby, they're tumbling down. And they didn't even put up a fight. They didn't even make a sound. Standing in the light, your halo. I got my angel now. It's like I've been awakened. Every route I had you aching. It's the risk that I'm taking. I ain't never gonna shut you out. Whenever I'm walking down, I'm surrounded by all your praise. Baby, I can see your halo. You know my saving grace. And everything I need and more is written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your halo. Paywall, I can be your halo. Halo, I can be your halo. Halo. Ooh, 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 ooh. Thank you.